Hello everyone, and in this video we are going to discuss about the source of the play The Tempest. Now the source of the play Tempest is even more doubtful than its exact date, and no novel or play has been discovered from which Shakespeare can be conclusively shown to have derived this plot. So it is sometimes we discuss that Shakespeare got this source of the Tempest from different elements, and most of these sources are derived from his experience, from his talks with different people. See, Shakespeare has never traveled anywhere, outside London, and here he's putting up the play in such a place in a barren island somewhere near the Bermudas. It is believed like that. And so from which play exactly, from where he got these sources, these are also one of the major things to be discussed. So the beautiful Cedia by a German, Jacob Ehrer. Now if we go this play, the beautiful Cedia by a German playwright Jacob Ehrer, which is by some supposed to be a translation of an old English drama now not extant, bears in many of its incidents a remarkably close resemblance to the Tempest. So he must have come across the theme, or somehow the plot, he must have come across it, and is believed by a German critic, Tieck, and others that Shakespeare was acquainted with this work in a discovery of the Bermudas. Now I'm talking about the Bermudas. Because he has put the location of the play, The Tempest, in near the Bermudas. So in a discovery of the Bermudas, otherwise called the Isle of Devils, that's by Jordan, Jourdan, Jordan, in 1610, we have an account of the wreck of the admiral's ship with the residence of those who escaped upon the uninhabited Bermudas. Again and again, this island of Bermuda is coming into account during the play of the Tempest, because we see it's a devil's island, it's a magical island where Prospero comes up, and we get Caliban, Sycorax, Ariel. See the magical characters, and especially the shipwreck, the magical shipwreck. The Bermudas is definitely known as a place where there's a lot of shipwreck happened those days. And it was only the beginning of the vast expanse of sea route and sea trade during the Elizabethan time. So we have to keep into account of that, of course, and thus we have a strong element to hold Bermudas to be the isle of the Tempest, where Shakespeare plots his Prospero and other characters. And this is supposed to have furnished Shakespeare with some hints. Supposition confirmed by his mention of the still vexed Bermudes. This is the line which you get from Tempest, the still vexed Bermudes, the older name of the island, definitely. But whatever the hint he has taken, we may easily believe that the essential of the story were of his own imagination. So definitely we must think that Shakespeare coined up these experience from the talking with the sailors, and definitely he believed in these sailors' tales. He took the reference. Shakespeare believed in the sailors' tales, that many different stories that those sailors brought in from their different voyages. He coined them together. Essentially, we may say that The Tempest is absolutely a brainchild of Shakespeare, and this is one of his most maturest plays, because in Tempest we find he mixed up all the elements of this magical knowledge, his knowledge about witchcraft, which he read profusely. And definitely we must know that King James I was also one of the ardent believer of those witchcraft, and he loved these tales. Definitely he Shakespeare had to be patronized, and definitely one of the key elements of using this witchcraft and thinking about the tales in this way, making of the tale in this way, with all of magic and witchcraft and mm, supernatural elements, these definitely comes from all these experience of talking with the sailors. And moreover, like, he has to get the money from King James I, definitely, to sponsor, as a sponsor of this plays. So definitely, and he is going to show the play to King James I before it will be publicly released. So that is one of the element uh, that we can take into coin, that Shakespeare used them for this reason. Okay, so there is no exactly such uh, proper hints whether this is Bermudas, or definitely, see, Bermuda, he must have heard about Bermudas from different sources, not only from this book but from different sources. So definitely Shakespeare took into account on all these things and fixed up for his play as a location of his plays. So that's it for this video. I'll come up with some next thing about Tempest, and of course, it is explanation in the later videos. Till then, goodbye.